Hello there, my name is Red, and today I'm playing one of my all-time favourites, game Dev Tycoon. Let's get started, shall we? So first you need a company name. We're going with Longshaft because I couldn't think of anything better. Player name, Red. Let's randomise up a person, shall we? Game length, I like doing 42 years. Just personal choice. I will keep all my hints. And here we are. Now I am running a mod called the Tag mod, and it has a dark mode, which is nice. So what do you need to do? Well, basically, you're developing games. So we pick a genre. Oh, we've got a horror. Let's make an action. These are randomly given to you at the start, and they're all random as you unlock them. So let's make an action game. Now the next thing you need to choose, where is it going to go? Now the G64 has the most market share, so at the moment, action is both 2+ on either, so it doesn't really matter. Let's go with market share. And I normally go with market share anyway. Now we need to get mood. There we go. That's instant classic. Making mood instead of doom. Now, as you potter along, you need to assign percentages, effort, basically, time and effort and money. What do you inject it into? And each genre has its own needs, and this tag mod also adds these percentages in. Normally you just have these bars and you get these plus or minus hints, which you unlock as you go, which I've unlocked quite a few because I have played a lot of hours in this game. So let's go. Your little bubbles come up here, and you get them in design and technology, depending on where you're putting your efforts. Research is very important too, and you get that from making games, from reviewing your games, doing a games report once you've released it, and they help you unlock new things as you go. Your player starts off with, I believe, a skill of 300 in technology and design. So let's do that. Ooh, yes. Basic sound, why not? And here we are. Now at the end of the game, development, you have bugs as they creep up when you're making it, and you need to leave it so that you get rid of them. But if you nearly cheeky, I'll also do that sometimes. Come on, there we go. Finish. And we're done. And we've made a game. Simple as that. Now you get XP, of course, in every single thing that you do. So let's release the game. Let's see. Now you get your reviews. Relatively average, I should say. Yeah. So, average reviews. Now here we can click on generate report. This is in a different location if you're... I don't think that button's even there if you're not using the mod, so it's in a menu when you click on the screen otherwise. Ah yes, here it is. So as you can see, I have 300 design and 300 tech, and I believe you also have 300 research. You are relatively good when you move out of this basement and move into the world of hiring staff and making bigger games. Right now we are making what is considered small games. So let's get right on to another game, shall we? Cyberpunk. No. Okay. Ooh, I can make an RPG Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk 2076. 1 year earlier. Why not? So, once again, just go with market share. And we're good to go. It's as simple as that. Well, I need to pick the genre again because apparently I unticked it. Let's go again. Always do the 2D based games because you get XP in that, whereas you don't get XP if you just do a text-based game. But text-based game is technically cheaper. So down here we do have money, we have credit. This is how much money is currently coming in. That changes every month because you get payouts every month from your game. So if you have no game coming out, you have no money coming in. You also have money going out every month. You know, basic life bills stuff, really, I suppose. And there's the time of date here, and that's not time of date, it's the day. How many days have passed. You don't actually know, I don't think you actually know what year technically you start in or whatever. It's the time when Pong was, I guess, just out, because there it is there. So I have 42 years basically. So on the end of the 42nd year, I'll get a end of game report basically. Now this follows the life cycle of actual consoles. So the G64 is a Commodore 64, and the PC is, well, just a PC because that doesn't actually have a, you know, no real, you know, there's no generic. That is just a generic term. Sorry. So we finished that one. No bugs. Let's release. New record! That means I've never released a game with more design points than that. You'll see that a lot because you normally, you know, as you go, progress and get better at it. So Cyberpunk 26 came in, and slightly better reviews. Well, I mean, in the world of reviewing, this means it's absolute trash and should not be played, but because anything lower than like a 7 is bad, but... So now we generate a report. So now, right at the moment, we're being told the G64 is steadily outselling the PC. However, if you know your history, this will soon change. The Commodore 64 was way more expensive from memory, and eventually it will be, the PC market will take it over as it gets cheaper. And you have to be cautious. Sometimes you can start making a game and then all of a sudden get announced that, let's make a rhythm action game? Sure, why not? Beat the beat. There we go. That's a nice punny name, I suppose, that might come out. Is it a pun? Or is it just stupid? Anyway. So yes, you have to sort of accommodate for remembering that, say, you know, the new console's coming out, and you're thinking, oh, this has been out for a while, it might get shuttered soon, so better be careful about making something on that. And some stick around for quite some time, some stick around for not quite as long. Now, when your head's scratching like that, that's sort of almost like a... What would you call it? Like a having an off day or whatever, and you don't produce any bubbles when you're doing that. Now, that's fine. Well, that's it. There's an Invento coming out with their new Dinky King. Yes. And there's my game off the market. Generating X amount of dollars and what have you, and sales. And you get fans as you go. The more fans you get, the better your games do, just by the generic acceptance of being excited for your next game, regardless of its genre or what it is. New record. Fantastic. And we have leveled up engine. So now we actually have over 50 research points, which means we can make a custom engine now. So yes, when you're scratching your head, you are, I suppose, having a brain freeze or a off time or what have you. Now, it's fine here because the game development pauses when you're having that, but when you have employees, and if all 4 of you are... Oh, there you go. It's very nice of them. They thanking you for playing their game. It's nearly 11 years now. I think this month is going to be 11 years for this game. They're making a new one called Tavern Keeper, which looks really fun. I will play on this channel, definitely, when it comes out in full. So yes, it's fine when you're scratching your head and wasting a bit of time when you're by yourself. However, when you have a team around you, all 4 of you could be scratching your head, or all 5 of you could be scratching your head. The timer still goes, but nothing is happening. It can be quite suck a lot if you're really banking on, especially because sometimes you can get to this game. Oh, there we go. There's the NES. You can sometimes be down to the wire when it comes to money needing to come in, and if you don't make a good game, you're not going to survive. So now we have unlocked contract work. So you can do this at any time. You can go to the menu here and do a contract job. You have a certain amount of time to compete and you get paid, or is it a penalty? Early on, this is good to give you a few extra dollars if you need it, but it also gives you some research points every now and again, which is really, really handy. If you are on 19 and you need 20 for something, then having a contract is to get a couple of points. Even if you don't succeed, you can still do. So now we're going to develop an engine. So we want to include all these different things. Now, it's pretty cheap at the moment, 90k, which is not very cheap at all, but we can afford to do it. So what kind of name should we give this game? Something cool like Vortex Prime. Yeah, why not? And now we develop it. You also get research points for when you're developing an engine. So sometimes you might find yourself just with enough money to burn to develop an entire engine, not to use it, but just to get the research points. So this is all my pop-ups. This tag mod lets you put the pop-ups down here instead of them having all being blasted in your face. Oh no, that might just be I think that's just the normal settings, not the mod settings. The mods actually does a few handy things for you. Does that makes this text instant. Normally it sits there and writes out. The reviews are instant, and conventions when you get to them are also instant, because it's just, you know, after playing this for quite a long time, it does get a bit repetitive. So, a hunting simulation game. Now, some games are great combinations, but there's a There's a lovely little one we haven't got yet, and it's called Casual. And there's a lot of games that really, really do well as casual games. But we haven't unlocked that yet because we don't know about casual the gaming industry. Shoot a duck. Why not? Just shoot a duck. Okay. Being inventive on the spot is not exactly my forte, I must admit. Now, you may have noticed there's a little... it gives you a little counter when you're choosing the genre. So, oh yes, new engine, so we can add linear story and save games to it. Which is cool. Which helps the game sell better as it's more techy, newer. Rightio. So yes, you may have noticed in the menu when you're starting a game, it tells you how many games you've made in that genre. I try to do a new genre every single time, if I can. So, ooh, there we go. Ninvento has released their TES. Now you can buy into those engines. You need to buy a license to be able to release on those engines. I've only got 85k at the moment, so I wouldn't really be able to buy into the TES yet, because I just run out of money. You can go into negative by I think about 50k before the bank forecloses on you and your game is over. Basically, run out of money, you go into the red for too long, and you lose the game. You can get bank loans, but those are also costly. So I've leveled up, which is great. New research available. Fantastic. So, new topic. Ooh, farming. You can do a farming simulator. There's a zombie there, which is cool. You can do a zombie game. So yes, now with a better engine and a bit more skill, the level's not too bad. Now there will always be for you, provided you play the game semi-competently at least, there will always be a point where you have a breakout game, and that will give you a ton of money, you'll get a ton of sales, and that's when they sort of guide you towards suggesting that you move out of this place and go to a new office. Yeah, people are happy for me and happy to see my games. So you get all your information up here, your profits, your revenue, how much it costed, how much it cost to make. So that's all grand. Now we've got our new genre, so we don't need to do that yet. And I haven't got a huge. I suppose it's not that much, is it? So let's get some research done. We won't make the new engine yet. Sometimes it pays to just do a little bit of research and then move on, do a little bit more research over another game, then you make your new engine, because it is costly, and adding just one little piece every single time can, be a bit too costly. So we've got our new genre. I say topic, sorry. I keep calling it topic. We've got a new topic. Now, this also tells you how many games you've made of that. As provided you don't make the exact same genre with the exact same topic, you're fine. I think you can just sit there and just do... yes, here, see. Now, the genre match for here is atrocious for everything. And you're thinking, well, what is it? It's the casual games. But there is no casual games yet. So we have to wait for that. You can go and develop on it. It's just not wise. So, a farming sim game, eh? So, hail to the spring. There we go. Hail to the spring. Because spring's a good time to farm, I guess. I don't know. Don't harass me in the comments, please. Let's go, shall we? Now, it does keep your settings, so if you did do if I just did, I actually can't remember what the other game was. If it was a simulation game, the settings should all actually be the same. And they are. So yes, from memory, if it provides a new topic, you do not get punished for doing another simulation game. And so yes, it's all just the same, puttering along. Away we go. Oh, we've finished this game. Let's get rid of those bugs. And release. Yay. Double record, fantastic. So there I've leveled up a few things. Leveled up 2D graphics, which is great. Now you have to... Here comes the reviews. 8s. Lovely. So yes, you eventually get a game where you basically get 9, nearly 10 points. It's very hard to actually get 10 out of 10 straight away. You always get very close, but one of those bastards always gives you a 9 instead of a 10 when everyone else is giving you 10s. The type of people are like, well, it was a perfect game, but we can't actually give it a perfect game because, score, because that's not right, I bet it's one of those people. So, there we are. Now, what have we got? We've got mono sound to get, and then we're out of things to add to the engine, so we might potentially make a new engine. It is costly, and I've got a bit of cash, 370, nearly 400. Now, the one thing you try not to do, which is what I was doing, is letting a person just sit there doing nothing. Always should be doing something if you can. In fact, it's so critical to always be doing something at that little time when your character sits back and you need to wait for the reviews to come in as agony because you want to try and do something in that time. So research is complete. Now we've got zombies. So, how much will the new engine cost? If we add all these, 150k for all that. And we've got graphics, 2D graphics V2. Do we need to... Okay, right. I can't remember. Normally you need to research the graphics as you go on and then add it to the engine, but I think V2 you just get for free. So Vortex Alpha. Man, I'm going to start running out of powerful names pretty quickly at this rate. Powerful names for a powerful engine. Yes, give me those good development points. Nom, 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 nom. So you start out with, when you get new people, they're pretty rubbish. They are just pretty average. You are for quite some time the best employee out there. So creates us more specialized. Oh yes, you can also eventually, like very soon, target audience, so you can actually make a game mature. So for instance, a zombie game, which I've just unlocked, being for a mature audience would be fantastic. You get events that happen throughout the world as well, so you can get, when you decide to make a mature game for... Okay, so these are going to be popping, unfortunately, but why not? So, not that. Research, you don't need to add this to your engine, but you've got it here. Target audience. We've got the research to do it, so let's make a mature action zombie game. Yes, that should do well. I'm just skipping through all these pop-ups. It's just world event things like, things that reflect, I imagine, quite closely to the real world. They did a nice little job of doing that sort of stuff. So now you've got genres. You can also see, well, mature +3. So, which understandably, yes, for a zombie action game. And also now the consoles also have whether they appeal to more mature or not. So now I'm getting to the point where the G64 is eventually going to come off the market. Now it's slightly slowed down because I do 42 years, not the 35 or whatever it is. So residing with evil. There we go. That's originally new, isn't it? So we've got our alpha. Did we choose our alpha? Yes, alpha game engine V2 2D graphics. Fantastic. We're moving up in the world. So let's get that. So of course, adding these things adds a cost. I don't actually know why. I suppose it's because, I don't know, the logistics of adding cost. You've already paid for the thing to put it, you've already paid to put the thing in your engine, now you also have to pay to add it to the game. I don't know why. It should just realistically be time if it's just part of your engine, but who knows. Maybe it's outsourcing contracting stuff. So now we can get mono sound instead of basic sound. Which is actually a very big step up. It's like no more bleeps and bloops. It's, now yes, these are the good ones. So they've heard rumours that we are going to develop a mature game for mature audiences, and you can give an interview. And great, thanks for your interview. Some of them you can do things like they'll ask you about a game and you can either hype it or be modest. So they've taken that interview and we'll see market reaction. Now we get hype. And hype you can get from marketing, just being well known, having fans. There's the that console that I forgot the name of. That's called Master V in this one. And you can get hype from just having fans, and they just basically, I guess, on the grapevine hearing about your game that's coming out. But yes, you can spend a lot of money in marketing, and that gets hype. Now the hype builds and it can die off. So if you mistime it and you don't release, if you've got tons of bugs and you're constantly waiting for those bugs to, you can eventually get to the point where the market's starting to, your hype is starting to die off just because you've waited too long. Here we are, and here it is. Here's our 10 out of 9. I was about to say here's our 10 out of 10. Nearly 10 out of 10 because screw all games, apparently. There we go. So let's generate our report, shall we? Now this is where you make a lot of money. So you make enough money that it suggests moving out of the studio. And sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. There's casual games now, fantastic, so we can unlock that. Now you can pay 150k to move to the new office. Let's do it. I normally don't actually this early on. I like sticking out and making a bit more money, but for the sake of progressing for the video, we shall do that. So I'm not gonna fill these positions yet. I'm gonna do a casual game and do that myself first. There we are. So that game is buzzing along, and the only thing that sucks is that because it's a small game, it's not going to be on the line for very, very long. That's just a gaming balancing thing. That's you know, if a game was selling like crazy, you would keep it on the shelves regardless of whether it's been out there for a while and it's a small game. So now we can make casual games, and casual game is a good young audience. Now I might reuse a topic here just for the sake of this, so we can make a young rhythm game on the TES, because it is casual, it is young, and it is going to have the alpha. So laid back beats, because it's a casual game. You can see a conventioning naming theme that I go for, which is lazy. So eventually, now, because we're still a one-person team, it doesn't matter, but when you get a team members, you actually get their, like, sort of energy, I suppose, or their stress level and workload is probably the correct term for it. And the more you give to one person, because you have to assign these different categories to different people, which makes casual games hard, because the casual games both require a full amount in just the two first middle ones, which doesn't quite, you know, balance very well for workload. Now I might get a bit punished here because I've moved to the new office, but I'm still just working by myself, and I might get punished because I think the game world has changed its state, and now I am considered, you know, better games are expected of me and what have you. See, 20 and 15 is not actually huge. Oh, bugger. So little events like this can happen as well. So Residing with Evil had quite a few undiscovered bugs, so they can demand a patch. So once I release this game, I can quickly assign myself. Oop, I didn't hit the finish button properly. I think the tag mod is slightly missing the button clicks, because I'm pretty sure I did press that, but right, yeah. So now I can quickly, I've got a new icon here, and that's doing a bug fix. So you get positive points for doing it, but if you wait too long and don't do it, you get negative points. I think it affects your fan base, potentially. So I've just released a small casual game. Not too bad points, actually, still. Got some money rolling in. Yeah, sure. After 2 weeks, I've covered my development cost entirely, which is, I mean, that's, what could you ask? What more could you ask for, really? Making a game, getting your development costs covered pretty quickly, and then you just start making money. If it all comes crashing down eventually. So now we have to unlock staff management before we're allowed to hire staff. There's some money coming in, which is good. So let's keep pottering along. Ah, yes, magazines. So now we can unlock or research marketing, one or two. So now we can fill positions. Now let's have a look and fill the position. Oop, there we go. So there's the market share going for the G64. So it's losing its market share. It's not going to be popular. It's going to lose its popularity and eventually come off the market. Now you can do a budget up to 2 million to looking for staff. At the start though, you don't really need to put much into it. I put like just something like 50k. Now, if you're after someone who's a bit more design based, a bit more technology based, you can go for someone with. You can look for a complex algorithm, game demo, or show reel. It's up to you. I just kind of just do 2 of each to begin with. Now, every time you get a new staff member, well, first we've got to choose a new staff member, and you usually get 1 or 2. So there we are. They've got a starting wage. This one person is just genuinely better, so we'll hire them. So now we can do medium games. And the first thing you need to do is give them some staff welcome training. Now, this is what I normally do, is just get it all over and done within 1. So you can design a show reel. It does affect their little meter here. Now this is their productivity meter basically. When it's appearing and it's lowering, it means that they're going to be less productive and work a lot slower. If I tried making a game right now with these bars like this, it'd get nothing would be done and it'd go nowhere. So I'm going to just quickly fill all these positions. You also need to give these people holidays because we're not monsters. Oh, hire male and female staff. Ah, yes. So, staff welcome. I never look at the name, the gender, or anything. I just go by the stats, basically. So eventually, these bars. Well, yes, they call it the Gameling, but that's going to be coming out soon. That's a really good one to get some casual games on, and it stays on the market for ages too. So this person's better. Hire them. Bam. They also have like little Easter egg names of people who are well-known designers and developers in the industry. So now we've got a few points we should develop so we can. I'm not going to get marketing mainly because I don't have the points to do it yet, but also let's get a sports game genre going because these guys they might. Oh, this is the training menu, so you can train people as well, of course. So let's go to a new topic. Let's get 2 topics unlocked, shall we? Airplane sim game's always fun. So as you go, your team gets better, you get better, you make better games. Pretty standard gaming stuff. So we've got 1.5 million in the bank at the moment. That's going to disappear quickly. We've got 111k. Ooh, I can do large games as well. Now, game size is affected heavily by your fans. You need to find a publisher before you start releasing medium and large games. You can do publisher deals. Now, some of these will be good, and some of these will be absolute rubbish. So, well, for instance, I don't have some of the topics available. These topics, they only pull from either what you have available or what you have available to unlock. They won't be random ones that you can't possibly get to. It's always fair, at least fair in that way. So now these people, they all have their own different requirements. So this one, they want it on a PC. They want a colonization medium game. They don't specify a topic, so I can choose like a colonized sim game. Sorry, genre, not topic. They specify the topic, not the genre. They also have how much royalties they take, 13%, what have you. The payment up front, I think that's, to me, I think they pay me up front, I think. But they also have a penalty, and they also require it for a young audience. So a colonization game for a young audience is not really that great. So sometimes you'll get great combinations that are fantastic. And yeah, you can see here, they only require 5 stars, but you get less royalties. So the more stars they require, or more points they require you to get reviews, the better your cut is. But also the chance of reaching that. Now, I do think you still get the 13% cut, even if you don't reach that, you just get paid the penalty. So sometimes it's not too bad to not meet the review market, but you still get the better royalties. So for instance, this one here, this one's a pretty good. Actually, I must admit, I don't know if Adventure's good for a horror game, but they can choose anything, only 10%, but they only need 6. So I won't do any of those yet because I can't. Well, I could, but also new contracts are available, which is fantastic. Oakley dokley. So now we just have to wait for a few minutes, as it were. And here we are right back now. Everyone has got their bars full again. Those will start to empty eventually when they need to take a bit of a holiday. And if you can plan it out right, and like because I hired everyone pretty similar at the same time, they'll also want a holiday around the same time, which you can sort of plan out time, and that means everyone takes a holiday at once, which is the way I prefer to do it, rather than having people randomly going on holidays at random different times. However, now we need a publishing deal because we can't make a medium game ourselves. So here's a medium RPG on the PC. That's a pretty good deal. The royalties kind of suck, but I don't have to get too higher points. Review score, which is good because these people at the moment are pretty fresh. We are not going to do a very... so, I need a RPG. What would make a good RPG? I mean, a cyberpunk RPG. A mature cyberpunk RPG. I think it's been long enough that I haven't done that. Although the engine's going to be the same one. So this is just a small contract as well. You can do medium and small. I chose a small one. That was kind of by accident, but here I am anyway. So cyberpunk. No. Cyberfunk 2077. That's right. That'll keep the lawsuits off my back. There we go. So this team is going to suck at first because they're all new. They're all, not familiar, what have you. So here we are. Now, you need to assign people. So, I'm the best person for any job at the moment. So, I have more tech skill. I have good tech skills, and the left side is so the engine is tech, gameplay is middle, stories design, tech and design. I can't remember. Yeah, sometimes I get it's been a while and I get confused with this. So, I'm just going to sort of put people in at the moment. They all kind of suck, so it's not hugely important. So get someone that's sort of a middle ground person. And this one doesn't really matter. I can just put someone who's average at this on there because we're not really going to be focusing on the engine. And you get these pop up as well, trends. So right now, a popular genre is adventure. These you can very rarely ever actually meet. If the trend is happening and you happen to be making a game in that genre, fantastic. If you want to try and get a game out for that genre, with small, it's fine. With medium, it can be a bit too late, and usually with high-end ones, there's not really going to happen. So I can't do that one because I'm going to be workload overloaded. Get it? Makes sense. Yes, fantastic. The mod doesn't quite update with this properly. There we go. So now I'm no longer in the red. So once you go over 100%, you start to get diminished returns on your bubbles. So I just put a low person on that one again because it's all about balancing your team, balancing their workload, putting the right people on the right jobs. So here we are, puttering along. Now from memory... Oh, no, I don't need that. So from memory, the left side's always the tech side, the middle is sort of the middle ground, is either or. Well, having a good balance is good, and the right-hand side is technology-based, so getting someone with a good tech. So I can put myself on there, get myself to 100% workload, which is perfectly good. You get punished as soon as any person goes over 100%, you get punishment for that. In regards to not getting... Now, I haven't quite done this very well, so I've only got this person here. This person here can go on this one. Why not? Ah, yes, the that console thing is coming as well. Rightio. So here we are, puttering along. No one needs to go on holiday while I'm making a game, which is fantastic, because that will slow down their production. The lower that bar is, the worse they are, the slower they are. So here's our very first small game made with the team. Now, it's not going to be great, it's not going to be amazing, it's not going to blow anyone away, but considering my last game, bug snuck in, damn you, I hate that. But new records on both. Fantastic. This menu is running really laggy. Okay, the game reviews come in. I've turned the dark mode off to see if that helps the speed, but obviously it's still being a bit laggy. I don't know why. I think there's been a relatively newer release, so I think some of these mods, unfortunately, are a little bit behind. But it's not too bad. But I'll keep the dark mode off because it does seem to make it a little bit better. And I turn the performance... I've turned the animations down to quality performance instead of quality, which might help a little bit. But it does seem to be the menus that are just lagging a little bit, which is a shame, but... So here we are. We made $500,000 at the moment. Now, there are a lot of units being sold, but of course we're only getting about, 10% of that, I believe it was, so we're not getting a huge cut, but a lot more units are getting sold, which does help also grow the fans, because, we might not be getting a lot of money, but we're getting a lot of people who get the game. Now you get some decisions here every now and again. So there's some fans making a game and using a lot of our materials from our game. They're not asking for money, which is just fans making a game using some of our assets for free. Should we let them? Now if you stop them, you don't lose money, but you lose fans. If you let them be, you get more fans, but you lose a bit of money. Almost always is good to be good in this because, well, right. So now this person here, he needs to go on holiday, and now his bar's filling up. Person on holiday, and then that one, and then wait for that to. Oh, there we go. The G6 wall's going to take it off market. There we go. So now everyone's going to sort of basically be on equal terms. So now 3D graphics are coming into play as well. So we can make an engine and get some 3D graphics on there, which is fantastic. Now our costs are still relatively low because all these people have not had an increase in wage. Every time they level up, they need a more wage, of course. You know, they've leveled up in life, they've leveled up in skill, so they require more money. Okay, I can do one of these. Oh, no, I can do both of them. Let's go both of these done. And while we wait, let's just get a small contract going. Why not? Just to... It doesn't really... It's the amount of money you make for the contract, especially the small ones, versus how much it costs you every month to just be running. You don't really make the net profit, but I suppose, you know, there's contract success. So what? We got 17k. That's what, like a little less than 10% of our actual monthly cost. So let's get a new engine going, shall we? We'll get 3D graphics on this one. There we are. So this is going to be Vortex. Oops. Helps if I spelt it correctly. Supreme. Now this will be made a lot faster because we've got a bigger team as well. Not very many points are still going to get in research just because I guarantee a lot of these people have crap research things as well. But now let's see what publishing deals are out there for us. So I want to develop a medium game. I want to really try and do a medium one. So I don't have a license for that. I'm going to get 13% of the royalties, but I need to do a medium action game on the Vena Gear. A medium horror game on that is not going to be great because you'd want to do a young one on that one, not a mature. And a horror game I don't believe has casual. So we can do a medium assassin game, but just for 10%. These are all pretty crap. I don't think we have... Let me have a look for a second, because you can do this. And I kind of wish it actually let you access this menu when you were looking at the publisher deals. So, the Vena Gear casual, of course. So, simulation and RPGs aren't actually too bad on the Game Link. But they definitely cater towards young, and you don't want a mature game at all. A mature strategy game on the Game Link would be a death sentence for the game. But casual and everyone or young action, I think. So I'm going to buy that. Development costs. Development cost. We can develop on that now. So we need an medium action game. You know what? Let's take it. We're probably not going to do this, but let's go. So we need a medium action game. What's a medium action game? So a airplane action game is pretty good. Now that caters towards young and everyone, which is great. So that's not too bad. An action, yeah. And I think the action genre was okay on this. It might not be, I don't remember, but we're going to do it anyway. So an airplane action game. Red Baron Bastard. Now this game does not punish you for swearing in the titles of your games, fortuitously. You get achievements for actually like naming your game studio a popular one. So if you called yourself, Winwood, or I say Winwood, like they're still around and people know who they are. But naming your game studio like EA or whatever. I do that when I'm going to be doing Evil Bastard run. If I want, but choose EA or Activision or Blizzard. All the real gems of companies that really doing top-notch firing whilst maximum profits are being made. So Oh, willing to share information about your game. So this is another thing you can get. So you can be modest or hype. I talked about this before. Being modest, I always just do be modest because why not? Unless I really, really wanted to have because it can negatively affect your game if you hype a game up a lot and the game does not meet the standards that you hyped it for. So right at this moment, I've got me on the medium one there. So I've got this person on the high end. So that means that there's going to be, yes, there's plenty of people there. They can take a full workload if they need it. So I don't have marketing, so I can't hype the game or anything like that, of course, but here we go. So we should be getting a fair few points in there now, and our team's not brand new now, so hopefully when you get a little bit of a, slowness to them when they are not brand new. When they are brand new, my apologies. I do words good, that's for sure. And let's see, so we've got a bit of hype because of that interview, which is really great. Now that'll keep building, and hopefully it'll last until we get all the bugs out, and then fantastic. Free marketing, as it were. It's free marketing. So the numbers aren't great, but they're pretty even. I don't think we're going to break any records in either design or technology. Oh, a bug at you! That was me again! I did it last time! Ugh. So here you go. You get your bonuses for your XPs and stuff. Jeez, this menu is running slow. Normally not this bad. I think it's, like I said, it's the mod or some updates running. But leveled up a few things. Now, they all haven't leveled up yet, so they won't be asking for more money yet. But we've leveled up a few things. Let's release this game and get probably pretty average reviews. I bet we're going to get 7.5. This is what always happens. Nope, even worse than I thought. Holy crap. Oh, shite. Wow. Oh, no. Oh, no. So this sort of thing, we've got 500,000. We just released a pretty average game. So as per contract, we've got that penalty applied. Now, was that 3% for trying to get something like 8 worth it? The extra 3% per sales? I mean, it's still selling all right. But, ugh. So these people are probably going to want to go on a holiday soon. Because I think I built the engine and, had them build a game. So, normally between medium and large games, you're going to need holidays. When you're getting to like the AAA level, you basically need to have everyone on a holiday, and as soon as they come back, that's when you start it immediately. Otherwise, they will, start to burn out before the game is even done. So, we can get marketing, but I think we need to unlock some more topics. So let's just go through and quickly get every single person to do a new topic. While we've got the points as well. Won't do marketing yet. I know it's pretty important, but I don't always rush it, and now I'm out of the points anyway. So let's just get a bunch of new genres. So we've got new genres there. Transport game. Ooh, yes. Make ourselves a transport tycoon. So far our profits have only been like 380 something thousand from this game. So we haven't made a huge amount of profits because we had to spend a lot more on that engine, using that engine. Okie dokie, so let's get us a couple contracts under our belt and let's wait until everyone needs and has had their holiday. So here we are back now. Everyone is just about to have their holiday. They nearly finished it because I've given it really early. A couple things. We got some air conditioners to pay 90k to make our staff happier, which is a little pop-up that happens and generally helps the mood. So now we are not in dire straits yet, but we are getting there. This costs us 118k a month, and we only have 500k left. 500k is a lot of money. So we need but it's not going to last long. So we have got to get a good something out. So it doesn't have to be. I would prefer to get a game. Honestly, I'd rather get a little less royalties, but have a really great game than have a crappy genre. So an assassin casual game, I think, is pretty lame, and also on PC, casual games are not good. Let's have a quick look, shall we? So we want the PC. Casual games, completely negative. That would be death sentence. So the game's paused when you're on this menu too, by the way, so you can take a second, relax. So an action medium game on the Gameling, but only 9%, 5, but 9%. So what do I think? I think this is the best option. A medium RPG game. We can do it on the console, the thing that has the best reception to an RPG game on it, and the best genre. So we can pick any platform we want. So RPGs are not actually too bad on the Gameling. They're way, there's a lot more market share than the PC. So we could do a young RPG game. But what's a good young... I haven't got a whole lot of young genres. So, sports RPG is not exactly the best. A rhythm RPG game is also pretty atrocious. A airplane RPG game is not going to work. I don't have enough research to buy any more genres, so I sort of shot myself a little bit in the foot here by not checking this beforehand. So, transport... I've never even tried this combination, apparently. I consider it such a bad idea. I've never even tried it once. So, I think we'll have to abandon the Gameling. So, what's the next best one? It is the PC. So, let's go for a PC game. An RPG. Let's make it a mature RPG. And let's do an... Alien RPG is a great combination. So... let's go our Supreme thing. Let's get our 10th game going. This could potentially be my last game because this could fail and I could just run out of money and that's it. Everyone is fresh, so I should be able to sneak in a second game before they need a holiday, especially with a medium one. So what shall we call this one? It's an alien RPG. Butt stuff. Butt stuff. Sure, just butt stuff. Why not? I know that screams RPG, of course, but here we are. So, now, I did give myself just a little bit of training, and two of the other guys just a little bit of training, just because I just did the two first hires and myself, just to give us a little bit extra. So I'm going to chuck myself on this and give the sound the best go it can. Now I'll move just this person on here. Oakley dokley. So yes, like I said, I mean, with a rating of 6, only requiring a game rating of 6, this shouldn't be horrendous. We've got a relatively good engine still. The team's a bit newer, a bit more trained, a little bit more trained, not too much, but let's see what happens. So I think, what was the last one? We got 31 and 32 on both tech and design. So I reckon the design's going to go well above. We might even break our record for design, which would be lovely. Because if you're breaking records for your design or design or tech, it usually means that there's going to be some good rewards for that. So I'm going to get them. They've got the highest. I can get myself on that one there. And I just need the medium person. So... okay, well, let's get that person because they've got a better tech, so hopefully they'll pump a few more into the tech. So this one doesn't have any marketing, unfortunately, and I don't have anything to market for, so I am going to suffer a little bit for that. You'd think, being with a publisher, the publisher's whole deal is marketing. Well, publishing a game, but they usually do help with the marketing. So here we go, we have gone into the red. Once you go below 200k, you will go bankrupt. Now, we're allowed to overdraw to 200k, and you can get bank loans. I don't know if you can get bank loan right now. I think it's... You get prompted for them. You don't get to choose if you want to take one or not. You just get told you're either going to lose, or you take a... I'm going to let this pump a few more things in. Yep, there we go. There's usually a bit of after as well. There we go. So... now, this is a make or break, basically. If... oh, they've got pay increases as well. Whole bunch of new research to do. Right, we're at minus 158k. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh my. Oh, fantastic. Oh, you do go on, you. Yes. So that is a very, very good thing to happen just right there. We have just made... we were on like nearly minus 200k, now we're up to 300. 507. Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely. What a lovely little joust into the world of gaming. So, there we are, safe from the brink. a good game coming out, a bunch more research to do. But you know what? For now, I think it is time to end there. Nice little fun video. If you want me to do another one in this game, want me to continue this run, do let me know. I won't continue it if I don't get reception good enough for people to say, and enough views, enough likes, whatever, to justify doing another video on here. I wanted to show this off because I love this game, but it is a couple hours. A full run is quite a few hours, so it's not something I can just do in one little sitting here. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed playing this once again. I've been Red. Thank you very much. See you next time. Goodbye.